Hello, y'all. I am Diana Brienne, and I am going to give a few minutes on here. I'm actually coming from my kitchen, but we're going to move out to Grandma's porch in just a little bit. Okay, but I thought, well, I would just start off in the kitchen. The lighting is a little bit brighter in here than it is out on Grandma's porch. But you know what? In the evening, I like to wind down. And you know what? I hear an echo because you know what? My other computer, I think, is picking it up. Yes, it is. Oh, no, I'm hearing my own voice. And hello, Flavia. Welcome, Flavio Canuto and Grace M. Kachar. So I'm going to go over here and share this out because I'm just coming on. And, you know, it takes a few moments before anyone comes on. And I just want to welcome anybody that does come on. And I do hope that you comment so that I know that you're on here, because otherwise I don't know. I'm Diana Brienne. And I have Flavio says he's from Brazil. Well, welcome from Brazil. Welcome. And I have American Life in the Philippines World Network. Good morning, Miss Host Diana. Well, you know what? Good morning to you, and it's good evening to me. I think we are a 12-hour difference here from my understanding. So you, I think, are ahead 12 hours. And so you're just getting up and I'm getting ready to go to bed. So let me go over here and share this out, and then I will be right back. And then we're going to go out on Grandma's porch in a little bit. Okay, that's where I like to do my videos in the evening. And but what's interesting is tonight I am doing my videos from in here. And the reason I'm doing them from, well, partly in here, I should say. And the reason for it is very simple. My husband's in bed. My one son is, we have kind of like an apartment built onto our house, so he's doing his own thing. And my other son is spending the night at a friend's, and my daughter has her own place. So I actually have the house to myself, sort of. So let me put live stream now. Okay, if you'd like to share this out, I would love for you to share this out with your friends. That would be wonderful. And then I'm going to share it over on my two Facebook pages. I have two Facebook pages, a personal one and a public one, both under my name, except the live stream. Except the public one is called Diana Brienne Fairchild's Everyday Words of Wisdom. Live stream live now. And let's see, click link. I better put click link because a lot of people over CLICK. A lot of people don't know that you have to click the link to get here. I mean, you know, it's kind of basic, but people don't always know that. So let's see, live stream now. Click link to come on. Okay, that's good. If they can't figure it out, they'll maybe eventually, oops, I just put it in the wrong place. Uh-oh, one more. Okay, let's see, live stream. I'll just do that. And now I gotta do, there we go. There we go. Did it. So welcome. And I am Diana Brienne. And Gilmara, welcome to you. Welcome. Thank you for coming. You know, when I come on here, I never really know if anybody is going to show up over here. And so I just come on. And here lately, I have been coming on around 10 o'clock. And it was 9:45, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to round it off and make it 10 o'clock at night. And there's a couple of reasons for that. I was doing lives during the day around 12 to 1, and then I was coming on at 10 o'clock. But because at 63 years old, and I'm 63 years old, I am a full-time college student. I just finished summer semester, so I have 2 weeks off or 3 weeks off. And then I start full-time again in the fall, in August. And so I'm not going to be able to really balance, you know, doing 2 of them a day. So I just decided to come on at night at about 10 o'clock. That kind of works for me, and I think I can continue that even though I'll be in school full time. And so, I just started really about a week ago doing the 10 p.m. lives. And so a lot of people still don't know that I'm coming on at 10 o'clock. A lot of people are in bed, and then there's a lot of live streaming going on too. So, people can only be on one live stream at a time. And so I got that. So a lot of people watch it in replay too. But this is my kitchen, and I wanted to try something tonight. I wanted to try starting off in my kitchen and then going out to Grandma's porch. And Grandma's porch is where I do my live streaming at night. And here I do it during the day. But I've never, I want to see if it works. I hope it doesn't cut us off or anything. I have the other computer set up. It's all ready to go. And all I have to do is just go out there in a few moments. And I have to tell you my ghost story tonight, okay? I don't know if you believe in ghosts, and I'm not sure I do either. But I was sitting here setting up my lighting. Okay, I was sitting up here. Hey, JB, welcome. I was sitting here setting up my lighting, okay, because I have kind of more professional lighting for when, although the lighting is not good in here at night either. And this used to be my homeschool room when I homeschooled my children. I have 3 computers set up here. So I homeschooled 3 of my 3 children. And they're all grown now. And anyhow, I was sitting here, and you can see where way in the back, that's my living room in there. There's a painting lit up back there. Can you see back in there? Well, I said to my son, I said, Matthew, I'm getting ready to go live. I'm getting ready to go live. And I said, if you want to be live with me, that's fine. But you don't want to be way back there, Matthew wasn't there. Matthew was not in there. He was in the office sitting with reading something. And I said, when I got up, I said, Matthew, what are you doing in the office? I said, were you in the living room? And he said, no. He said, no, Mom, I wasn't in the living room. So I looked all around, because our doors are locked. We have a security system and all that. And so I thought, oh my gosh. So believe this or not, my son Matthew has this ghost meter on his phone. It's an app. I don't know what kind it is, but he goes in the living room where I supposedly saw something, and he said, Mom, the app is just going wild. It's going wild in here. And then he said, the ghost left. He said, the ghost just left. And I got chills up and down me, because I don't really, think that much about stuff like that, but it kind of scared me a little bit. So, so right where you can see way back there. And so he said he saw something. So I think it was just the reflection of Grandma's porch lights and the lights in here. I hope it wasn't a ghost. I'm not ready to deal with a ghost unless it's a good ghost, like Casper the Friendly Ghost. I grew up on Casper the Friendly Ghost. It was a cartoon. I don't know if y'all remember that or not. So H&C channel, welcome. I love the H&C channel. I go to the H&C channel in the morning. Make sure anyone who watches this in replay or anyone who comes on, make sure you watch the H&C channel. She has a wonderful channel. It's a growth channel, and I go on there all the time. I love to go on there and just chit chat, because you meet so many new interesting people. And that's what I love about YouTube, is that you get to see people in real time or video time, either one. It's wonderful because you get to see the person, unlike much of other social media. Like other social media, you can do video, you can do lives, but not like here. This is just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. This trucker's life, welcome. Let me put my glasses back on. They kind of fall off is what the problem is. And I have 20 pairs of glasses. And so JB says he thinks, I believe in things we call ghosts. I don't know what to believe, but it just scared me when he told me that. He said, Mom, the ghost meter was going off. I said, how can you believe in this thing that you downloaded onto your phone called a ghost meter? I don't know why he ever did it, but he said that there was, that the ghost left. So, hopefully it was a nice ghost, I believe in angels, though. I truly, truly believe in angels. And I believe, we have angels that watch over us, our guardian angels. And I believe in that. So maybe it was a guardian angel. Could have been. So how is everybody tonight? How is everybody doing tonight? Are you winding down or are you winding up? I am winding down. I have to tell you, 10 o'clock at night, I'm almost ready for bed. And so I come on here because I get up early and I do my 5-mile run early in the morning in the heat. And I go 5 miles every day. Then I worked out at the gym tonight. I did my 5-mile run and then I went to the gym and I did an hour on the elliptical and then I did all the machines. And some days I do aerobics with it, and some days I do the pool with it. And I'm really a workout machine at 63 years old. So I do a lot of working out. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning to you. Wonderful to see you again. Thank you for coming here. I always appreciate when you stop by to say hello. You're welcome to come up here. Anyone is welcome to come up and shout out your channel, especially if you have not been up here. You can come up for a moment and just shout out your channel. And it's 10, yes, a.m. in the Philippines. So we're 12 hours. Are you Friday or are you Thursday? Because we're Thursday right now. We're still Thursday. So you would be Friday morning, Nicole? You're probably Friday morning is kind of what I'm thinking. So how do you wind down? How do you wind down in the evening? Do you have a glass of wine? Do you take a bubble bath? Do you watch a good TV show? Do you read a book? What do you do to wind down in the evening? Now, recently, I just started doing the 10 p.m.s, the 10 p.m.s here. And it's Friday. Yep, that's what I thought. So you're all ahead of us, Nicole. You're all ahead of us. So for me, I just, I have my bubble bath every night. Rarely do I take a shower. My husband likes a shower. I like a bubble bath. And I put really good salts in the, like lavender salts in my bathtub, sometimes Epsom salts. I put bubbles in there, and it's really, really wonderful. And we have a big tub. So I soak and I enjoy, and that's what I did. And before I started doing the live streams, I always went out on Grandma's porch and made my phone calls and my evening phone calls and, to family members. And, but tonight, now that I'm doing live streams, that's kind of got pushed up earlier. So I do my telephone calls earlier. But I love just winding down, just winding down. So I'll tell you what, I am going to go out on the, hey, Uncle Cheetah, welcome, Uncle Cheetah. Uncle Cheetah has a wonderful growth channel. I love Uncle Cheetah. You will love Uncle Cheetah. Hey, NASCAR, are you coming up to say hi, NASCAR? You're usually in the mornings. NASCAR, his name is Derek, and he is usually over on Norgus R's channel. And it's like a, I call them grandma channels because mine's a grandma channel too. And we're kind of just a bunch of old ladies. And then there's occasionally a nice man that comes on there. Welcome, Renee Unrated. Welcome. And I'm so glad. And you know what? I checked out your painting, Renee, and you are very, very gifted and talented. I just want you to know that. I checked it out. I couldn't make a comment, though. I tried to comment, and I could not comment with it. And you missed my ghost story, though. My ghost story. Yeah. So I have 3 young adult kids. My daughter lives just right down the road from me. She wanted her own place. You know how kids in their early 20s get independent. And I thought that was a good thing that she's nearby. So I went over tonight and I was telling her how to make homemade noodles. And because she wanted to make some homemade noodles. And then my son, he's getting ready to go back to college. He stays at home and lives, but he goes to the local college. And he wanted to go before he starts college up to see his friend for a couple nights. So he went up there tonight. And I'm so used to having him here, so used to having him here at home. And welcome, Thrifty Angela. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. And so he went there. And then my husband goes to bed early because he gets up and goes to the gym at like 5 a.m., 4:30 in the morning. So he is an early bird. And then my other son, we built an apartment we have a big house. And so we built kind of an apartment, like a mother-in-law suite, bachelor suite, attached to our house. And so he likes to have his own space. So I have 3 young adult kids in their very early 20s. They're in their early 20s. And so 2 live at home and 1 lives down the road. And my husband lives here too. And I live here. So yeah. And so my routines are pretty simple. I love my life. I love my routines. And at night, before I go to bed, I put the dishwasher on, put the laundry on, so it's all ready to be thrown in the dryer in the morning, So those are kind of my routines. So what are your routines? What kind of routines do you have in the evening? Welcome, Kidney Disease Warrior. I came by your channel today just to let you know you had a lot of friends on there, so you didn't see me, but I came by your channel today. You were live streaming. And Pinessa Rap TV, welcome to you. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Real. We're going to go out on Grandma's porch in a minute. Oh, I know. You know what? We have a problem. There's a short on that NASCAR, and so it goes on and off, on and off. It does it all the time. Thrifty Angela, welcome. Thank you for being here. So, yeah, and Thea Belly, welcome. Where are you from, Thea? Where are you from? Well, so I hope I don't see any more ghosts tonight, if that's what it was. But, when my son came out with a ghost meter on his phone, I said, "You have a ghost meter on your phone?" He said, "Yeah, Mom, I downloaded it. And I do believe in angels. And I've had situations in my life where I believe I either saw an angel or an angel was watching over me. And I've told those stories. One of them is called The Angel in the Black Mercedes. And then the other one is called The Angel Down the Dark Alley. And, I'll tell you that story. Well, I'll share that with you. I was very young. I was a very young nurse. And I was living in the LA beach area. And I had an apartment that was down at the end of an alleyway. And back then, this is in the 70s, because you got to remember, I'm 63. So this was in the 70s. I worked the 3 to 11 shift. And so often we would go out in our white nurses uniforms back then, and we would go discoing. And that night after the 3 to 11 shift, we went out. So it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, which, looking back on now, I go, oh my gosh, how in the world, why would I come home so late like that? But, when you're that age, you think you're invincible, or you think that nothing can happen. So I came down the alley. It was a dead-end alley. I pulled into my garage. It had one of those pull strings that you pull the garage door down. And as I was pulling the garage door down, I felt a huge shove into the gravel, because there was gravel on the cement. And down I went. And I felt something sharp against my neck. And I was horrified because there were 3 young men there and me. And down a dark alley, no one came down that alley at night. you know, because that was at the end of the alley. And I knew I was in bad trouble. I really, really knew I was in bad trouble. And I remembered laying there as they're pounding my head into the ground. I remember my grandma. Thank you, kidney disease. Thank you. I remember my grandma. I was probably 20 or 21. I was really young, really young. And they were ripping at my nurse's uniform, or it got ripped. Let's put it that way. And I remember my grandma saying, you know, grandma from Grandma's Porch, she always said, pray to Jesus. And so I laid there and I said, dear Jesus, help me, please. I tell you, as soon as I said that, this big, old, roaring car, smoking, came around that alley corner. And an old man got out of that car and shook a big stick at these guys. He shook this stick and they took off. And my face was still on the ground looking down. You know, I looked over, saw the man, and then somehow I looked down, and when I looked up, the guys were gone and the car was gone. The guys were gone and the cars were gone. And I got up with my torn nurse's uniform, scratches all over me, a mess. And I took off running to my apartment. And of course, I had a roommate at the time, and she called the police. And long story, but I believe that man in that smoking car was an angel, I believe that to this day. And about 2 weeks later, I was very traumatized after that. Welcome, Panay Raquel. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. And so about 2 weeks later, I had an upstairs apartment, but it was at the end. And I had a window that looked out into like a garden area, but it was kind of, no one would be out there at night. And I heard and I was just PTSD'd big time at that point. If I heard a noise, I put chairs by the doors. I put things so that no one could break the door open. I couldn't sleep. I was very traumatized, very, very traumatized. Welcome, Cassandra, and welcome, Gings. Welcome. Thank you. So there I was. We are going out to Grandma's Porch in a minute. We are going to go on out, and then y'all can come up, and if you want to talk, and I'll put the link in there. What's the link? The link, Renee, I'll put that in just a little bit. For anybody new that has not been up that would like to shout out their channel. So what happened was about 2 weeks later, I heard some guys talking outside, and I looked out the window, and there were those guys, same guys, out there looking for somebody else to victimize. So immediately I called the police, and this is in the LA area, but it was a beach part of LA area. And I looked out, and the guys, so I waited about 20 minutes, and I heard a siren. And so I knew, and we had this big long balcony that it didn't break. It was from one apartment to the other. So you could run all the way down and all the way back. And it was on the top level. And so I looked, and so I thought, you know what? Hey, happy camper, welcome. And so I looked out, and I heard the siren, and I thought, I'm safe. I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to confront these guys. Now, how crazy is that at 20 or 21 years old? So I'm in a nightgown, a flimsy nightgown too. It wasn't, didn't have, a whole lot to it. And I run out onto the balcony, and the guys run around to where the balcony is, and they're running towards the swimming pool. And I'm chasing them, screaming at them, thinking the cops are behind me. The cops, that they went somewhere else. Those were not the cops that were supposed to be coming. And so here I was with these three guys that had, bad intentions for me. And I'm standing there in my nightgown. So I started screaming and everybody came out of their apartment. So I felt a little bit safer. So by then the police came. The guys went into an apartment. They turned out to be 3 guys that lived in an apartment there of someone else's. So I had to go to the police station, go through all that. And it was just a very, very scary time. But that angel, I still believe to this day that was an angel. And my grandma always told me that if you need help, just call on angels. And I did. I did. Artfully Blind with Diana. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And Gings says hello to all and happy campers here. And brave but stupid. Yes, JB, you're right. You know, when you're 20, what do you know? What do you know? You know, I tell my kids that all the time. I love my kids. They're very smart kids. They make good decisions overall. But I tell them, you know, listen to your mom. Listen to your mom. Your mom's 63 years old. You know, she's still got it together. And they do. I think they do. I really do. Hey, Save Robbie, welcome. Thank you for coming on. So, yeah, that's my angel story, my first angel story. My second angel story is not scary. When we first moved up here, this is a southern state, but we moved from one deep southern state to another southern state, just a little bit further north, one state up. And so I didn't know the area, and we have a lot of forest type of trees, and like the trees you see in the back in Grandma's porch. So there's like a national park, but it's not a real big one, but it's all forest. And so I decided to go running. My daughter and I did. And she said, I know where I'm at, Mom. I know where we're at. And so I left my phone in the car. Well, we took a wrong turn. And lo and behold, we got really, really lost, and it was coming evening. And I had no idea. It just seemed like we got deeper and deeper into the woods. And so I told my daughter, I said, we're going to listen for a car. And if we hear a car, we're going in that direction. So we heard some cars. And so we went in that direction, and we met up with a back road. And a motorcycle passed us, and it didn't stop. We were waving. And so I said, okay, I'm going to do it again. Dear Lord Jesus, please help us. And I did. And I'm telling you, a it looked like it came off the showroom floor. Gorgeous, top of the line, not bottom of the line, top of the line, Mercedes-Benz stops in the middle of the road. And the man said, can I help you? And I said, yes. I said, I have no clue where we're at. We just moved here. I have no clue. And I told him where my car was. And he said, well, if you're comfortable, I can give you a ride back, or I can call somebody. And I said, look, we're going to take the chance. And so we got in the back seat of the Mercedes, and he took me back to my car and dropped me off. We never saw him again, have no idea who he was. But we did get sweaty all over his leather interior. So I always say he was the angel in the black Mercedes, you know. So I've had a lot of angels in my life. So how about we do this? I am going to try this, and I hope I don't lose you. Rich the DS, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Hey, good evening, Miss Diana. How are you this evening? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Juliet, welcome, welcome. We are going to go out to Grandma's porch. And so how we're going to do it, I've got it all set up out there. And I've got it all set up out there. And I'm going to put myself on hold here as I move out to Grandma's porch. And I'm going to come right back. So give me about, 30 seconds, and I should be back. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. Let me see how I'm going to do this. I'm going to kind of put myself out of here, I think. I'm going to remove myself, I think. No, yeah, I'm going to put stop cam. Okay, and I'll be right back. Let's see. Okay, got it. I think I got it. Here I am. Here I am. Okay, and I'm going to try to remove the other one, but I don't know how to remove the other one. Okay, it's good. It's all good. All good. Can y'all see me self now? Can you see me? Okay. I've never done this before where I went from one room into the other. So now I'm out on Grandma's porch. I'm out here on Grandma's porch. Peter Jelly says life is full of mysteries. Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? I grew up on Grandma's porch, and so I needed to have a Grandma's porch. And thank you, Peter. Thank you. And so I decided that I was going to. Um, create my own grandma's porch. And because we spent so much time, growing up was on the porch swing. So I have two porches. I sit out front, which looks like Goldilocks and the Three Bears out there. And then I don't know, Renee, you know what? That's my kitchen in there. That whole area is my kitchen. And I homeschooled in that part of the kitchen that I was just in. But I had grandma's porch already set up out here. And so I just went ahead and I just went ahead and just came out here. So I didn't know if it would work. But that's kind of nice now that I know that. And normally I come on out here because my family is all up. My husband's usually up. My two sons are walking around, and they don't want to be, mom's live video. They call it the grandma channel. But since my house was a little bit quiet tonight, it was kind of good. It was kind of good. And so I'm going to put this in here, let me get it again. I have to get it from this computer now. Invite. And I'm going to take that and do it like this and go Control C. So you're welcome to come up and shout out your channel for a minute. I would love to have you come up. And you got to be respectful. And if you've been drinking, don't come up, or if you say anything bad, if you offend anybody, you're gone, your history. But I don't usually have people like that. I have had it, and let me tell you, they don't last but a split second before they're gone. So I'm very careful because I have to tell you something too. I've had friends who got I don't know what they call it, but somebody came up without their clothes on. So you got to I'm kind of a little more watchful at night than I am during the day. So let me see, Juliet, did you end up getting a dog? Juliet, you know what? Not yet, but I do want a Shih Tzu. I really kind of made up my mind. It was either that or a King Charles Spaniel. I guess that's what they're called, a King Charles Spaniel. And let me get my glasses back on here. Juliet, okay, come on up, Juliet. Here we go. Hey, Juliet. Are you there? We don't have a camera, but I think I have maybe your voice. Hello, hello. There you are.
What do you mean?
You want to come back on? Hello, hello. Oh, how beautiful. Oh. And what is your Shih Tzu's name? We're kind of broke up here, Juliet. Oh, how beautiful. How beautiful. Oh. Hey, 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 Falcons fan. That's my son. Hey, Mom, how's your life going? Just started, honey. Just started up here. Falcons fan is my son. I hope you're having a good time, sweetheart. Hope you're having a good time with your friend. Oh, well, we lost, but thank you for Juliet. Thank you so much. Thank you, Juliet the Shih Tzu, for showing your beautiful, beautiful dog. And now I figured it out. Juliet is the name of the Shih Tzu. Hey, Falcons fan. Falcons fan is my son who's visiting his friend. So he said, Mom, I'm going to check up on you. My kids check up on me. That's okay, Juliet. It happens all the time. Don't worry about it. Um, you know what, Peter? I had a lot of small parts in different TV shows. You probably won't remember them because they were back in the 70s and 80s, and they were small parts. They weren't big. I worked in LA and I came in contact with a lot of very famous people. And as a result of my career that I had, my job that had nothing to do with being in the movie business, but it I met people in the TV business a lot. I ended up on just doing itty bitty parts in all kinds of TV shows like Knots Landing, Dallas. What were some of the Days of Our Lives? Just different little parts. Nothing to write home about. It wasn't like I was a regular or anything like that. So I had that opportunity when I was young, in my 20s, and as you know, I'm in my 60s now, and I was kind of hot back then. Kind of hot. I don't know. Now I'm kind of cold, but no, not really. But yeah, I did. I did. So that was a long time ago. So I did in LA, and I'm not from LA. I'm from a small southern like town, and been here for um, been here. I love living in the South, but my husband and I, prior to this, we've lived all over. We've lived in so many places. Once I met him, we ended up in Europe for 5 years and lived in Europe, and we traveled all over Europe. We That was back when the Eastern Bloc countries first the wall first came down, and so we went over to the former Eastern Bloc countries. And I can tell you it was very different back then than it is today. And I cannot believe that we did this, but we drove our green pickup truck, American green pickup truck, over to one of these former Eastern Bloc countries. And it was coming night. And, they had the old fashioned electric streetcars, and everybody was staring at us. They had never seen an American truck before. We're driving around this American pickup truck. We were young. We were young, and but it was so cool, so cool. And we've had some great times. Gings. I don't have my glasses on. I'm going to try to do this without my glasses. Mars Passion and Peter Jelly, Mars Passion, Gings TV vlog. Plantilla, I think it is. I think it is. And so we lived in Europe, and we lived in Bavaria, and we did travel. We traveled extensively while we were there, and we had a little convertible. And I'll tell you my Mick Jagger story, okay? And I actually saw Mick Jagger in concert, and I call this a Mick Jagger story, although I've never met him personally, okay? But we were moving. My husband had already moved. I was working over there for the Americans, and my position hadn't yet ended where I was working. My husband's position, he got transferred to Bavaria. I was living in Heidelberg. And so back then we didn't have cell phones. We had no cell phones. We had regular phones. And I think we had a rotary phone actually over there. And so my husband was, so we had no phone out there yet. And so I went and I finished my job. The movers came, took all the furniture. I turned the keys over. I locked up the place, turned the keys over, and off I went on this beautiful day in my BMW convertible, driving to Bavaria, like 3 hours away on the Autobahn. I put Mick Jagger's Sweet Thing. I don't know if y'all remember the song called Sweet Thing by Mick Jagger. Well, there I am driving down the Autobahn, just the top down in the car, just having me this great moment, listening to Mick Jagger's Sweet Thing. And I missed my exit. And I drove and drove and drove and drove and drove and drove. And I was coming close to the Czech border. Somehow I was ending up near the Czechoslovakia border. So I knew I had gone in the wrong direction, but I didn't know how to get there. I missed my exit, and I didn't know. all I could tell. So long story short, couldn't figure it out. Couldn't get a hold of my husband because he didn't have a cell phone, and I couldn't figure out. I knew the name of the town, but nobody had ever heard of it because it was a little tiny Bavarian town that had 30 people in it. 30 people that lived in it. Had a Heidi, it had, cows and chickens and all of that. So I pulled over finally. It was coming evening, and I pulled over to rest area, and I was crying with the top down. I was just crying and crying and crying because I had no clue what I was going to do. And so this truck driver comes over and he says, "Can I help you?" He saw that I was American, and he said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "I'm lost. I've asked everybody where this town is and nobody knows." He said, "What is the name of the town?" I told him. He said, "My brother-in-law used to live there. Who would have thunk it?" So he said, "Follow me on the Autobahn and I'll get you there." Well, I had this little white BMW. It was little, and I'm following this big semi. He got me all the way. We went over farm fields. We went past farms. We went through everywhere to get there, miles and miles. And he took this big semi on these back roads, and he got me to my little Bavarian town. And my husband and his friends were standing out in the front yard of our little Bavarian house. And they had the Polizei, which are the police, standing there reporting a lost and missing woman. And there I come up, and the truck driver waves to me, and he says, "Auf Wiedersehen," and I say back, "Auf Wiedersehen," and he took off and left. And there, my husband, and that was my story. I had a crazy and a wonderful life. Crazy and a wonderful life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Off grid desert farming with thank you, off grid. Thank you, Paul and Adrian. Jimbo, welcome. Mars, welcome. I would like you all, if you want to stay current with political events from a faith perspective, off-grid desert farming with Paul and Adrian. It's just fantastic. I listen. Usually they come on when I'm getting off of here at night, and they come on and I go on over there. Thank you, Paul and Adrian. Thank you. And you never know what you're going to get when I come on here. You never know. My husband says he goes to bed with one woman and wakes up with another. He does. He does. That's what he did. But it's the same ones. It's me. And, but Paul and Adrian has this amazing channel, and they also put out videos. And so I love their channel. I go over there. It's kind of a comfort channel for me, but it's informative, and it talks about everything from a perspective of faith-filled people. So if you're faith-filled, it's a great channel. And if you're not faith-filled, it's a great channel. Uncle Tita, you want to come up and shout off your channel a little bit? Jimbo, you know what, Jimbo? My moderator, the thing is, I'm going through StreamYard, so I can't make people moderators at night because I'm on StreamYard. And I'm always hoping that one of my mods will come on here, and they've got their own live streams too going on, so they do. And Adrian, did I make you a mod? I'm going to tomorrow, or when I get off of here, I'm going to have to make you an off-grid desert farming a mod for my channel. But Jimbo, you know what? All people, the easy way to do it, if you want to look up a channel, is just cut and paste the name, open up another tab in YouTube, put it in there, and you'll go right to their channel. That's how we all did it when they quit letting us go from, person to person, like we did it a few months back. Peter says, Diana, been great chatting at 12. It's 12:30 p.m. here in Australia, lunchtime. Best wishes until we meet again. See y'all soon. Peter, thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. And Art by Adrian. Thank you. Art by Adrian is the wife's channel of off-grid desert farming. They have two channels, and they have two channels. And so Art by Adrian and Off-Grid Desert Farming with Paul and Adrian. And so you'll see both of the channels, and they are absolutely wonderful, wonderful. Uncle Tita, would you like to come up too? I mean, I know you've already shouted out your channel. Renee's going to come up for a moment and shout out her channel again. And then anybody that wants to come up, Paul and Adrian, you're always welcome. Jimbo, anybody that would like to come up here and shout out their channel is very welcome. Peter says, feel free to check out my channel. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Please check out Peter's channel, and please check out each other's channels. Being that I don't have a mod on here, I can't drop links tonight. Jose, welcome. Your visit on my niece's live stream, Celine Geegan from Philippines, brought me here. Mega, hello from Chicago. Jose, thank you. Thank you so much. I go on people's live streams to say hello because, well, when they're a friend of mine, I want to see their live stream. I want to see them. I want to see what they're about. And so I went on your daughter's today, or your niece's live stream today, Jose. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Oh, you know what, Juliet? I don't even remember. I was only on there a couple days on Days of Our Lives. That was back in the early 80s, but I will tell you, my scene was with Bo Brady. Remember Bo Brady? He was on there, his character, Bo Brady, and I was on there with him. And I remember I was like a kleptomaniac. I played a kleptomaniac. I hate to tell you, I went around pickpocketing. I pickpocketed, and I was actually on what was the Hollywood Square? It wasn't the original Hollywood Squares. They came out with the Hollywood Squares Match Game Hour. After that was in the early 80s, and I went on that. Oh, okay, Uncle Tita. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Uncle Tita, did I give you a wrench? Did I give you one? Unjel, mommy, I'm here. Oh, welcome, welcome. I didn't see Unjel. Oh my gosh, she's here. Unjel. Welcome, 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 welcome. Unjel. Unjel is another fabulous channel. I didn't see her here. Didn't see her here. She does live streams she did a 10-hour one. I have to tell you, a 10-hour live stream. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 10 hours. You know what? When I get off of here after 1 hour, I'm like, have no energy left. I have to go lay down. Mommy's Corner, welcome, welcome. I'm doing good, honey. Falcons fan is my son who's visiting his friend. I'm doing good, darling. I'm doing good. All my friends are here. We're just chit-chatting a little bit here. You know what? I'm going to see, Uncle Tita, let me see what I can do here. Let me see. Let me go over here and see. Uncle Tita and Un, just a second here. Let me see if I can get this going here. 1 second. I'm going to see if I can actually make you a mod here. Just a second. Let me go over and see if I can do it this way. I'm going to try to do it. Okay, just a second. Just a second. Okay, 1 second here. It's slow. This computer is Grandma's computer. And it's slow over here. It's taking a long time. Okay, so let me go over here. I'm going to do a couple things here. Let me make 1 second. It's taken a long time to do it. Okay, let's see. Add moderator. Okay, I just did it. Wait a minute. Let me go up here. Love you, honey. I love you, Marshall. I love you, sweetheart. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. You make sure you be safe, okay? And have fun. Enjoy. Love you. Let me go up here. I'm just looking for Uncle Cheeto. There's Uncle Cheeto. Cheetah. A minute. Let me Go there with just a second. Add moderator. And now I'm going to go, where's Un? Add, I can't do it. Let's see, add moderator. Okay, I think I did it. I have to go back. Let me go see if I did it. Let me go see. Um, let me go see. Okay, Uncle Cheetah and Un, I made you moderators, and Adrian, I made you a moderator. Um, And Marshall, I'll make you a moderator once I show you how to be a moderator. My son is still learning. He has his own YouTube channel, but he hasn't done anything with it yet. And so I'm trying to get him, Falcons fan, 12356, my son. I'm trying to get him up. I told him you have to figure out what you want your channel to be first. What you want your channel to be, and what you decide. Then we're going. Jose says, I'm not a vlogger, just to support some small YouTubers for some, just to say hello and everyone on here. Thank you. Thank you, Jose. Thank you. Nana's New Normal. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Un. Thank you. Uncle Cheetah, I know you're good at this. And I'm going to invite Renee. She's going to come up for a minute and shout out her channel. Okay, here's Renee. Thank you for being patient, Renee. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Renee, you're doing good. Renee, I loved your painting. You put up a painting. It's beautiful, and you're talented.
Yep, did it all freehand.
Yes, yes, yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. What you were saying about the angels, I remember I was stranded in downtown Miami with no money, and I got on the bus and the train, and I think it was the Amtrak or something, and I was afraid that the security guard was going to kick me out. And the security guard comes walking to me, asks me for my ticket. I said, I just want to get home. I'm stranded. He gave me $20 and said, get off and get on the tri-rail. You're on the wrong train. You're on the wrong train. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, but I got home. So wow. Angels are all around.
Yep. You know, I believe in angels. I've always believed in angels because my grandma taught me, and my grandma was smart. And, you know, she just was. And she said, you know, always pray to Jesus for your angels. And so I did. And, you know, I've had more than those situations. I've been in many situations where I prayed for an angel and that angel came, you know, that angel came. And, so now my ghost story, y'all, you know, heard my ghost story tonight. I don't know. Maybe that was an angel. I don't know. I hope it was an angel. So, but Renee, tell us a little bit about your channel.
Well, it's just about everything. I do mostly like all kinds of videos, and I'm thinking about doing lives on like either Sundays or like twice a week. Still thinking about when I want to do them.
Juliet the Shih Tzu, Uncle Tita just dropped your link. Everyone, please check out please check out Juliet the Shih Tzu. And please check out that channel, Juliet the Shih Tzu. See, I'm not really a growth channel. I'm just a grandma channel. And we talk, they call me the fried chicken channel, And I talk a little bit. Fried chicken. I talk a little bit about everything.
You know what, Deanna? I think what you should do, I'm not telling you how to run the channel or anything, but maybe show people how to eat healthy living and do like cooking videos.
You know, I did that for a while. I did. Actually, I did. I talked a lot about healthy lifestyle because, you know, the older we get, Juliet, I want to tell you what Juliet the Shih Tzu just said. They said, oh my God, Renee, you're amazing at what you do. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it is.
You are. You're gifted. You're talented.
So you think I should sell my artwork?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I should. I just started. That's my first painting.
Wow. You know, I've been an artist for 20 years and I never had a lesson. And I just started painting one day. When we lived down in Texas, we had carports down there, and I started painting in the carport and in the kitchen. And Juliet the Shih Tzu says there are some amazing angels out there, and you are so right, so right. So I started painting, Renee, and I've never stopped. I have amazing paintings. Creations by a Yankee, Christina Anderson, is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Mhm.
And so I paint. And so you're starting out, just paint. And you know, my kids were all babies and little, and so I would
Oh,
stand up in the
baby.
kitchen late at night and I would
Yep.
paint while they were sleeping. And I have those paintings on my walls today. I love them. I cherish my early paintings more than I cherish my current paintings. I
So
do.
you think so you're thinking about getting a Shih Tzu?
I am.
Or
I am. Juliet the Shih Tzu. Just beautiful. My mom would tell me
mm,
when you're lost, pray and
well,
write her down and
I know
hold
there's
her and stay
tons of Shih
positive.
Tzus
Okay?
out there that I heard this from somebody that told me this, saying that these animal rescues are shutting down because of the virus and stuff like that, and they're killing their animals
Oh, that's horrible.
in the
I didn't
city.
hear that. I didn't hear that. So, but that's terrible.
Yeah,
Um,
I would go to like one of those Shih Tzu rescue groups and say I want to adopt one, and then they might have them because they always get them.
Nana's New Normal says, I'm down 17 pounds in 2 weeks after Adrian posted about carbs and sugar. You know, let me talk. I want to talk a moment about that. You know, when I cut out white sugar, refined sugar. Now, I'm not saying that now and then I don't cheat, because I do. I do cheat. You know, with a little bit of sugar now and
Yeah.
then. But overall, I don't do sodas. I haven't done sodas in forever, except when if I had an upset stomach, then I would have maybe a little bit of ginger ale. But I don't do sodas. But I
Yeah, I
don't
drink ginger ale.
don't do sugar. Getting rid of carbs.
Mhm.
I eat a
I'm
lot.
watching the calories because I do drink soda once in a while. So I got that sweet tooth, but I don't drink it all the time.
Yes, yes. Cirrus Vlogs.
I
Welcome.
think, Deanna, with your wisdom and stuff, I think you should write up a book about healthy living, and I bet people will buy it.
Thank you. How to be fabulous over 60.
That's a good title.
How to be fabulous over 60. Un says, guys, please connect with Thrifty Angela. Thrifty Angela. Please check each other out. Un and Uncle Tita are dropping links here, and
Mm.
just let them know if you want your link dropped. And yeah, yeah, you know, it's all about taking care of your health and your body. And at 63, half of my friends are dead,
You
and the other half are pretty close to
know
broke.
what it is?
I have a
I
few,
gotta lose weight
yeah, you
because
know,
I'm not getting weight. I'm like, it's hard to lose weight. People are not motivated, and then all that stuff too. And
you gotta,
then, like, I'm seeing people outside. Like, I yelled at a lady the other day. I said, "You're supposed to be wearing a mask. It's mandatory." And she told me to shut up. And I said, "God bless you. I hope Jesus gets in your heart about wearing a mask." And then she flipped me off, and I said, "God bless you." And then she called me the B word.
yeah. Well, I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. And well, Renee, what would you like to say before I bring somebody else up? What would you like to say about your channel that you want people to remember about it?
Well, I just do all kinds of videos, and I want to help people because gonna start try to lose weight, and I want to help other people because
Maybe
I
you do
know
live videos
about,
about your journey to lose weight.
yes,
So
that's
that would
true.
inspire people. People would come every day just to see how you're doing. And even if you have a
How did
bad day,
you do
you
it?
don't do so well.
How do you stay so fit like that? How do you stay so young? Because I hear people in the chat saying that you look like you're in your 20s.
Thank you. You know, I run 5 miles a day and I get an extra hour of sleep. I make sure I get a lot of sleep. I drink a lot of water. I'm vegan, or vegan slash vegetarian who cheats now and then. That's what I do. I cheat now and then with food, not on my husband, not never, but on food I do. And sometimes, if I go to someone's house, I'm going to eat whatever they serve. But if I'm in my own home, I'm vegan, vegetarian, and I eat very, very healthy. And I take care of my body. I run 5 miles a day, and I work out every day at the gym. That's what I do. Renee, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. And
What's your Facebook? So your
my
Facebook
Facebook is,
page.
yeah, it's the same as my name, and Diana Brienne
Mm,
Fairchild. And I have a public page as well called Diana Brienne Fairchild's Everyday Words of Wisdom. So I have two. That one has about 12,000 on it. But long story short, when Facebook changed the rules, they changed the rule
Facebook.
that you had to click follow first, otherwise you'd never see the post again. So I went from like 12,000 people interacting constantly. It was wonderful, down to just a trickle when they changed that rule. So I called Facebook up. They called me back several times and they said, look, we changed the rule for everybody. If we change it for you, we have to change it again for everybody.
From
So I
Facebook.
wasn't happy, so I came over here.
I
But
know, right?
I still use it. Yeah. Thank you, Renee. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I hope you come up again.
I hope so too.
Thank you, my friend.
And if
Bye
you
bye.
need another moderator, I'm always glad to help out because I know the trolls.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
And I'll talk to you soon. And you
Okay,
are a
thank
very gifted and talented artist.
thank you.
And with someone, I'm going to drop the link again. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you, Renee. Gifted and talented artist, and she's just starting out and amazing. And you never know at what point in your life you're going to start a whole new talent. Jimbo says, I used to walk 5 to 10 miles a day. I need to go back to doing that. Jimbo, get out there every day if you can. I do 5 miles every day. I run to Dairy Queen and then I run back. And that's my 5 miles, 2.5 miles, and then 2.5 miles back. So that's how I do it. Yeah. And I do it every day. And I'm known in this town because we live in a small old people's golfing community. And I'm known as the lady who runs. They don't know my name, but they know I'm the lady who runs. So on my gravestone, they're going to put the lady who ran. Hopefully not for like another 50 years or so, maybe 60. I hope I live to 120. But yeah, yeah, take care of you, take care of your health, take care of your body, take care of your soul, take care of your soul. People, say, I'm so unhappy. And I say, you know what I say? I don't say what's making you unhappy. I say, have you been taking care of your soul? Our souls are just as much a part of us as our minds and our bodies. We're a soul. And people, they focus on their mind, they focus on their body, they focus on their emotions, but they don't focus on their soul. I believe we need to focus and they all work together. And when they're in harmony, we're happy. When they're out of harmony and they're out of sync, we become unhappy, in my belief. And so, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'll put my glasses back on in a moment, Juliet, to read. I will put them back on. That's the only downside of growing older, is that your vision changes when you're about 40. I didn't have to wear reading glasses until well into my 50s. And if I squint really, really, really hard, I can read what you're saying. I have 20/25 vision, which is excellent for my age. But because I study, I go to college full time, and I sit behind the computer about 12 hours a day during my semesters. I need the glasses. I need the glasses. It's just too much. It's too much. And me personally, I don't like to wear glasses. So, yeah. But yeah, take care of your health, take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your relationships. People get married and they quit taking care of their relationship. They took care of it all while they were dating, but after they get married, after that first year of marriage, then they quit taking care of it. and they quit taking care of their important relationships. And I think that it is so important to your most important relationships should have the most of your effort, and it should have the most of your investment. And here people give their time and energy to total strangers, but they won't give their time and energy to their husband, their wife, their kids, their mother, their father. And I believe that we need to do that. Our important relationships are the most, for me, I love my family, my kids and my husband. I mean, they mean the world to me, the absolute world to me. They really, really do. And my kids, like you saw my son jump on here, my kids call me every 5 minutes. Mom, what do you think? Let's go bowling. I'm their mom. I'm not their friend. Never been their friend. I've always been their mom. But we have a lot of fun, you know. And so we go bowling together. We do all kinds of fun stuff together. So have fun in your relationships. Bring back fun in your relationships. Your marriage. Your marriage needs to have good doses of fun. When my husband and I were first married, we lived in a town about 30 miles from here. And I still periodically go back and drive past our old house. And I remember I chased him around the yard with the garden hose, but we had two garden hoses, one on each side. So he grabbed the garden hose and he chased me around with the garden hose. So we were squirting each other crazy. Here we're, the first year of marriage, we're just squirting each other with the garden hose. We had so much fun. So bring back fun in your relationships. Bring back fun. If you bring back fun, you're probably going to have a much better relationship. Um, Let me see. Ever close your eyes in bed before bed? Let me read that. I want to get back up there. Ever close your eyes in bed before bed and whisper, God, heal me throughout the night and let the light shine when I wake up. Take a deep breath and open your eyes and say, thank you, God. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Juliet the Shih Tzu. Thank you. Thank you. Kitty Spears, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Nana's New Normal is here. And if anyone else is on here and hasn't commented, please comment, because I would love to know that you're here, because I have no way to know if you're here if you don't comment. So that would make me happy if you did. So am I going to continue on doing the 10 p.m. lives? I hope I am. I really hope that I continue on. When I started out 6 months ago on YouTube, I only did my 5-minute videos, which I still do and will continue to do each and every day, because that's where my 5-minute wisdom comes in. And thank you, Jimbo. I'm a loving mom. I'm a loving mom, and I think that there needs to be rules and boundaries in all relationships. And my kids are good. I have good kids. None of my kids have ever drank, smoked, or taken drugs, and I hope it stays that way. And they're young adults. I've been pretty fortunate. Now, I've gone through my own teen years with them, and let me tell you, it's not always easy. It really isn't. But they have good hearts. They have a good heart, and my husband has a good heart, and I know I do, and they've inherited that from us, and so I'm grateful. I'm grateful. But the 10 p.m. lives work for me, and I'm going to try to continue to do them pretty much most nights. I enjoy coming out here. I never know who's going to come on. Sometimes we get a troll or two, and I just invite them up and sing them a lullaby, and then they go to sleep. So, but yeah, and then, during the day, my days are so busy, especially once I start back into college. I just can't do the lives during the day like I did. So I think this is kind of my wind down time. And so I'm able, by this time of the night, I've had my bubble bath, my family, we've spent family time together. I've done my exercise. I've done all my homework. The only thing I'm trying to do more of is my painting, because I'm an artist and I love to paint. And I have a big painting I'm working on. So after I get off of here, I might paint a little bit. even though it's late, I might paint a little bit. So, yeah, so I like coming on here. I really do. Because you know what? I've met so many wonderful people. I just wish more would come up. I wish one night I had like 8 people up here at one time. And, you never know. Like last night and the night before, I had Jillian Coleman Wheeler last night. And she was up here about 45 minutes, which was wonderful. I had Marie from Singing for the Creator, and she sang Amazing Grace. And it was so, so, so awesome. So awesome. And, so I have so many, because, in 6 months, 5.5, 6 months, I went from 200 family and friends. That's all I had because I had the channel for 10 years, but it was only, I had a lot of videos up here, but they weren't tagged. They weren't for public. They were made public so my family and friends could see them, but they weren't tagged. They weren't titled. They were just wisdom for my kids mainly. Then I came up in January and I started doing my 5-minute wisdom, and my channel just completely skyrocketed. And it went from 200, and today it was 7,600 and some. So that was in about 5 months, and it just skyrocketed. And once I start, because I started doing the grandma videos, I incorporated grandma's porch into my videos, and that's kind of when it took off. So you have to find your what's authentic for you. Grandma's porch is kind of my the theme of my channel, Grandma's wisdom, because Grandma taught me my wisdom in so much of it. And that's my theme, but you've got to find your theme. And once you find your authentic theme, I believe that's when your channel will rise quickly. Because once you're authentic, you've got to be authentic. I come on here, I'm the same person with my family that you see here. Um, you know, I get tired like y'all do. I get tired and I gotta go get cranky. I do. I get cranky. My kids say, "Mom," my husband tells me, "You're getting cranky." I do. I get cranky when I get tired. I'm like, I want to go to bed, but a bubble bath gets rid of my crankiness. So when I get cranky, I go take a bubble bath. And that's what I did tonight. So, but yeah, and Un and Uncle Cheetah, they do amazing lives. There's so many, I have so many friends that do amazing channels, and they're all different. Like Van Life with Gina Payne used to come on here every night, but she has her own live going on, and she has an amazing channel. Carolina Hillbilly 1961, William Newell. I don't want to miss anybody. If I start saying names because I don't have them wrote down, I'll miss people, and I don't want to do that. Diane Watson, Jillian Coleman, Judy. Oh my gosh, Judy. What's your last name, Judy? She was on here. I'll think of it in a second. I'm tired tonight, so I'm forgetting names. But there's just so many. And so if you come to my channel and you look at the comments, you'll often see some very, very fine people in those comments. And I've just got to know so many. You get to know people. You really, really do, especially people that come live. And so I'm thankful for each person that comes on here and visits me at night. And sometimes my lives last a long time. Sometimes they last a short time. And thank you, Juliet. Thank you for that. I really, really appreciate that. I do about anywhere from 5 to 20 a day. Now, if I do 20, I don't put them all up at the same day, but it's whatever God inspires me. Okay, this is all inspired. I write all my notes. Hola, Blanca. Hola, welcome. Yes, I agree, Jimbo. Juliet, I think that when I wake up in the morning, I have this notebook here. It's called Scribble Notes, and in the dark, as I'm having my first cup of coffee, I stay in bed for an hour, and that's my spirit time. and I write down everything that comes to me, because I believe that when we leave the dream stage, our soul is communicating with our conscious. It communicates. Our soul is in the middle of the night. It communicates with our unconscious, and our unconscious begins to communicate as we wake up with the conscious. But once we're fully awake, that unconscious part of us that communicated with the soul seems to kind of diminish. And so my best wisdom comes at when I'm first waking up. When I'm cranky, I drink a glass of red wine and go to bed. Good idea, Juliet, the Shih Tzu. Maybe I should start. And so that's my Holy Spirit chime in the morning. And then I pray, and then I get up, and then I wander out. Here comes, welcome, welcome. I got a guest here. Got a guest. And then, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Line with Diana. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Shout out.
Okay, I have to figure out this. I'm known for my crazy glasses.
I love them. I love them.
Okay, I think I have to mute you. I'm not sure. I think I have to. I'm known for my crazy.
You have to mute YouTube. You have to mute YouTube. Don't mute.
Okay, I think I have to mute you. I'm not sure. I think I have to.
You have to mute YouTube. You have to mute YouTube.
Okay, then. I wasn't sure about that. So I have to leave and come back.
No, you're okay. No. All you have to do, you don't have to leave.
Okay,
just open up YouTube
sure
and mute YouTube.
I have to leave and come back.
No, you're okay. No. All you have to do, you don't have to leave. Just open up YouTube.
Open up YouTube. No, I have to leave and come back. Sorry, that's the best.
You know, I forget that all the time. When I get up here on other people's live streams, I do the same thing. And then I have to go back real quick to YouTube and open it up and mute it. Nana said she loved artfully Diane's. She loved her classes. She loves her classes. Welcome, Ed. Hello to you. Thank you for coming. Cynthia, welcome. Thank you for coming on here. I appreciate it. We've been talking a little bit about everything. I started off in my kitchen. So if y'all will rewind this, you'll see me in my kitchen. And then I came out of here. And I've never done that before, where I went from one computer to the other. So I started off in my kitchen, and then I came out of here. So, Jimbo, are you going to bed? Thank you, Jimbo. Thank you, Jimbo. You have been so great. And I thank you each night, because you've been coming on every night, and I thank you so much. And I pray the angels watch over you, and that you have a wonderful, wonderful night's sleep. Okay, rest with the angels, rest and sleep beautiful. Good night, Jimbo. So, I'm going to wait and see if she comes up. Hopefully she'll come up. Thank you, Renee. And I will do that. Uncle Cheeto's doing it tonight. And what I'm going to do is, Renee, I'm going to get up tomorrow. I'm not going to do it tonight because I'm too tired. I'll probably mess it up if I did. I'm going to go to my YouTube, and I'm going to see if I can put my moderators in and do it that way. I have to tell you, moderators are really important, because when you get trolls, you need a moderator. Okay. Do it?
Yep.
Great. Welcome. Diana, how are you doing?
Oh, you're mesmerizing. It's hard for me to come up here because I watch you, and then I'm like, no, I can't. But tonight I said, no, I'm going to do it tonight.
Oh, you'll have to tell my husband that I'm mesmerizing, because he listens to me all the time. He gets my wisdom. My kids get my wisdom. I was telling last night that we drive down the road, and the radio goes off, and I talk wisdom in the car. I drive my husband crazy. So tell me, Diana, tell everybody what your channel is, what it's about.
I need to jumpstart. I need a kickstart. I need something new with my channel. I've been uploading videos for 4 years, and I just started live streaming for a year. It's been a year that I've been live streaming and uploading for 4 years, and I have 2,500 subscribers, and I kind of, my analytics are not good on my videos, and
Diane, you know what? It's YouTube is a different animal, and we're all used to other social media platforms. YouTube's a different animal. Um, I find there's a couple things that are really important because I brought a lot of my friends from Facebook over here to YouTube, and I had to kind of mentor them a little bit. Not that I'm know what I'm doing, because I had to teach myself. I had nobody to teach me. I didn't know what I was doing. And because I made 1-minute videos for 10 years for my kids and family that people periodically somehow stumbled on. And then I had about 200 friends on here when I came up public a few months back. And now I'm well over 7K. And what it was, though, but one thing I did right, Diane, and I don't know how you do it, I tag. Do you tag your videos really, really well?
what do you mean, like yeah, in the what do they call that? Yeah, tagging, like what the SEO? The SEO, you mean?
Down at the bottom, when you are down at the bottom, I use every tag I can think of. And what I do is I put in let me tell you something funny. When I did a live video, I don't know, a week ago or 5 days ago, I called it Fishing in a New Pond. Do you know that I got all the fishermen that came on here because
really
got tagged out as fishing? They said, well, we thought this was a fishing channel. I said, it's not a fishing channel. It's a grandma channel. Tags work. Tags and titles. And I'm going to tell you, if you ever watch
titles and thumbnails,
but if you ever watch my videos, the first thing that happens, if you notice in the very beginning, I don't say my name. I say the title of what I'm talking about. So if I say toxic relationships, then it goes to Grandma's Porch. Then I come back and I say toxic relationships. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. I don't say hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne first. The toxic relationships gets picked up by YouTube algorithms or whatever it's called, and it gets picked up. I tag it. I put down there toxic relationships, toxic workplace, toxic this, anything you can think of. The tagging is your most important, and then people will come onto it.
Well, I've watched so many how-to videos on like the YouTube experts and tried different things, and now I'm actually going to do some individual consulting, and he's only going to pay whatever I think it's worth. He's a small-time YouTube expert, and I think he could be really helpful. He might be helpful, but I mean, whatever you have to say is pretty helpful too. So,
well, I taught myself. I didn't have anybody.
I'm not good at teaching myself, and I'm not a self-taught artist either. I have 2 master's degrees and everything.
Wow.
I am not good. I'm not good at self-teaching myself. I have to. I take tons of online classes. I take. I mean, I come from a family of teachers, and I just.
Well, you know
and I have an MFA, the Master's in Fine Arts. I have a Master's in Art Education. I taught for 25 years elementary school art. Wow. And for the last 15 years, I was legally blind when I taught.
Yes. Diane, I think that what you're doing tonight, like coming up here, is really, really will build your channel. That was the other thing I forgot to mention. People started inviting me up. And I was like, oh, I hadn't even done my own lives yet. And I was like, oh, I don't know. This is YouTube. I do it on Facebook all the time, but I'm kind of scared. So I put my webcam up in my kitchen, and I just started one right after the other. People, they asked me to come up. I come up. And let me tell you, that will pull people, that will build your channel faster than anything. Go up on every live, even if you have to invite yourself. And you will build your channel dramatically. So tell people a little bit about your channel.
Well, basically I started it as art tutorials and art demos. So sometimes I do something very step by step and teach people. I am a multimedia artist, so I work in many different mediums, and So and a lot of, so some of them is very step-by-step tutorials, and other times it's a demo, like demonstrations, and then I think I want to go in the direction of like doing art inspiration. Like maybe I have, I just recently changed my channel name. So thinking more of like in the lines of, how I'm working as a legally blind artist. And I just wanted to promote that we have a monthly live stream that we're doing the first Sunday of every month with the YouTube blind community. Me and Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul, we're co-hosts. And we're co-hosts for the first Sunday of every month on my channel. And this is going to be 12 noon. And we changed the time to accommodate different people, different places around the world. So in August, it's going to be 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And we've done it three now. It'll be the third time for the YouTube blind community, educating the general public, but also, and then we have open panel discussion. We invite anybody from the chat up on the panel.
Yes.
Yeah, and so it's like for the general public, not just for the YouTube blind community, but many topics about blindness and educating people, because most people think that you're blind or you're 100% blind or you can 100% see. And it's really no, it's like all different levels of blindness. Legal blindness starts at 2200 vision and all the way down to total blindness. And only 10% of blind people are totally blind.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I come under the category more of low vision.
Now, Diana, what kind of art do you do?
Well, I'm multimedia artist. So my main mediums that I do are acrylic painting, alcohol ink painting. I'm really loving soft chalk pastels. And recently I'm getting into the soft chalk pastels more, and digital art on my iPad, like using Procreate app. The iPad art, I've done a lot with that for like about five or 6 years. And I've done oil painting in the past. I've done encaustic, hot wax encaustic, and oil mixed together, and mixed media painting.
Yes. Welcome, Diane Watson, and welcome, CJ and Josine Barbosa. Welcome. Diane Watson, did you just get off of your live stream? Diane Watson, I shouted you out earlier. You weren't here. And Diane Watson is, she has an amazing channel, and she does growth during the day. And then she does, right now she's doing the story from her life in the evening. And so she does lives twice a day. I can't do lives twice a day anymore. I can just do them one time a day, and that's it,
On Wednesdays, I do 2 live streams. So on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I do channel reviews and channel shout outs.
Yes.
9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then on Wednesday afternoon, I have guest artists. And every other Wednesday, it's me that paints live, and every other Wednesday is a guest artist. And Fridays, we have a guest artist also. Every Friday, that's the same artist. We call it Ian Friday. He's a really expert watercolor painter.
Yes. Yes. And so what would you like to see happen with your channel? What's your goal, and what's your vision, and what's your dream with your channel?
Oh, I'd love to help and inspire, excuse me, help and inspire a lot of people. And because I've gone the route, I think I need to go in a different direction, because I've gone the route of like, oh, let's just only do tutorials, art tutorials, and I'm not sure that's I don't know. I think I need to go maybe more. I want to try more inspirational, motivational, and art. But
could you kind of blend the art with the motivational and inspirational?
That's what I think, probably.
Yeah, you could possibly do that, I think. It's sort of like I try to mix wisdom in with everything else that I do. Sometimes I'll come on here and I'll be cooking, and I'll be wisdom and the cooking at the same time, and you just kind of come on and be yourself. I think the most important thing is YouTube is to be you, be yourself. I don't come on here and copy anybody else. And, you know,
I
you
guess
know,
it's being the best version of you, though.
be the best version of you. Sometimes I'm not the best version of me. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm the tired version of me. You know what's interesting? We're having a lot of wind tonight, which is wonderful. We had a big storm, and I'm sitting out here on Grandma's porch where you can't all see the trees now because it's dark. But I have those tall, beautiful, huge trees in the back, and they're blowing back and forth, with the wind. I love it. I love because we've had 100-degree weather and 100-degree humidity here. It's been terrible, terrible. And Diane, are you coming up tonight? Diane Watson with us. Are you coming up? Just say hello. I'm just wondering if you're coming up. We have so many great people here
Yeah,
today.
my friend Paul's Blind Suit for the Soul said he was going to come up if I came up, and now he's not living up to his end of the deal.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's in the chat. Paul's Blind Suit for the Soul should be coming up here.
Okay. I am. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see right now. I can't see what's going on in the chat. So, but I take my glasses off because when I put them on, someone told me that they reflect. They reflect.
Oh, I'll take my glasses off. Okay.
Well, no, yours was fine, but you have beautiful eyes. So I like to take my glasses off, but I put them back on. So you see me put them on, take them off, put them on, take them off. But so I try to keep them off as much as I can. So if I miss something in the chat, it's because I don't have the glasses on, not because I'm ignoring anybody, But I think, Diane, the most important thing that you can do for your channel is just be you. Just be you. And
I am being me.
Yeah, and one of the hardest things is doing lives because you come up here and you don't know if anybody's going to show up.
No. Well, no, if they're regularly scheduled lives, then you have a little bit better shot than
Yes.
Because then it's like a TV show. They know when to expect something,
Yes. Well, that's why I'm trying to come on every night at 10 o'clock, even if it's for 15 minutes. I mean, last night I was on for 2 hours because I had Jillian Coleman Wheeler on. And the night before I had Creator, Singing with the Creator, Maria was on, and she was singing gospel songs. And so they were kind of extensive lives. But other times I'll come on for 15, 20 minutes just to say hello. It doesn't really matter. I just come on. And I think that the hard part about doing a live is that, I think we're all a little bit self-conscious, but you know what? I've gotten to the point that, you either love me or you don't. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm somebody's glass of champagne.
I think my lives are more successful than my videos.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know exactly how to judge that. Like in a 2-hour live stream, then the analytics show that on average people might have stayed 10 to 20 minutes.
Let me ask you, Diana, what time of the day or what's your schedule for your lives?
It's 9. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for channel reviews and channel shout outs. And then Wednesday afternoon, alternating I Paint live or I have a guest artist 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday afternoons. And then Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a guest artist.
Yes.
And it's all in my about section. Nobody has to memorize it. It's in my about section.
I'm so new at this. I don't even have I don't even think I have anything in my about section.
Oh my goodness. That's important for the YouTube algorithm. The first 50 words, that's where the YouTube algorithm is important for the channel to know what you're about. But you're like break all the rules. So I don't, and I have a friend of mine too. She's an anomaly where she's just like, she has 10,000 subscribers and we started at the same time, and she's an anomaly. She does none of the rules that they always say, do this, do that. And like, she doesn't do those things, and she's very successful.
Well, you know what? I learned something. So maybe not tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to sit down and do my about section because I don't have anything in it. I don't have
and the first 50 words, you get right to the point of what your channel's about. Don't introduce yourself. You can do that in the next few sentences, but the first 50 words, like, get to the point of what your channel's about right away.
You know what? Thank you so much for that. because you know what? I learned something that you remember. I've only been up 6 months at the most.
I know, but look, you're so successful.
And I kind of wing it. I have no clue what I'm doing. I get up, and I just go in my kitchen and I do my 5-minute videos and from grandma's porch, and I carry my wobbly camera because it's on a tripod, and I broke my tripod 2 days ago, so now the camera's wobbly, and but I just wing it. I just come on and I'm just here. I love, I have so many people that I have met that are just wonderful. Wonderful.
Oh, I really like that too about YouTube. Oh my goodness, I have like the internet family.
Yes. Yeah, you do build a family here. You do build a family here on YouTube, especially you get some special friends and people that you go to regularly. And certain lives that you go to, that you get used to. And I mean, I love that. I love that. I love that about YouTube. I really, really do. And so your goal for yourself is to probably grow and to inspire, to motivate, to share your art. And what else would you say would be your goal for your channel? Any other goals?
Well, like for all the effort that I put in, that's why I do want to grow, because for all the effort that you put in, I put a tremendous amount of effort into YouTube. Is almost takes over my life. It's like I find it's kind of like a hobby, an almost part-time job.
Oh, it is. It is. It really is. I would say, Diana, I would say that the biggest thing is I did a video, and I put a lot of videos called fishing in new ponds. And I think if you want to grow, you've got to constantly be seen. And so, I do go on a lot of other people's lives.
Okay.
Go on other people. You don't grow on your own channel. Okay. You don't grow on your own channel. You grow on other people's channels.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Right. And so you have to get out there where people can, like you're doing tonight. What you're doing tonight is so right. And so the more people's lives you're on, even the live stream, the more you're going to connect.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I hear thunder. I hope we don't get cut off. If we get cut off, everybody, it's because we've got some thunder going on. And, every time we get thunder and lightning, the internet goes out here. For some reason, I don't know why, but if that happens, that's what will happen. So we do, we get our internet, I don't know, it goes out anytime we have a thunderstorm. So we live in the South.
I have a question. Would say, when you saying go on people's panels, are you saying go on people's live streams also?
What you're doing right now? You came
getting on their panels, right?
Yeah, this is a panel. So whether I go on people's. Some of them I don't speak their language, and I get up there anyhow, and I just get up there, and so you go up. And I have, whether I'm camera ready or not camera ready. I did a video called Not Camera Ready. I'm going to put that one up real soon. And I go up whether I'm camera ready or not camera ready. Half of my videos you see me do in the kitchen on the 5-minute whiz.
Yeah, right.
I'm not camera ready. I'm a mess. But you know what? I go up anyhow. I don't worry about it. But the important thing is to be seen. You will not grow on your own channel. You will grow on other people's channels, and that's the biggest thing. You come to your channel because you want to connect with the people that are there. Okay, but you're not going to grow on your own channel. You have to branch out. I would say that's one of the biggies. One of the other biggies is your title and your tags.
Oh yeah, title, tags, and also the YouTube experts say the thumbnail and the thumbnail and titles are the most important.
Yes,
they're never going to click. They're never going to click. But I'm going to make tags more important again.
Yes, tags are what did it for me. Tags really, really. I saw as soon as, because see my original videos. If you go back, I have about 5,000 videos, and most of them are 1-minute videos back from when I did for my kids, and they're wisdom videos on different subjects. And but they weren't tagged. None of them were tagged or titled. But when I started doing Grandma's Wisdom, I tagged them specifically with the topics, and that's what promotes my channel. That's the people come. They stumble onto my channel, and that's where
Yeah.
most
That's
people,
interesting how the fisherman came to your channel because of the tags.
he said, I thought this was, and he had a
Wa-
fishing problem.
Was
He
it
had
in the title too? Was fishing the
yes,
word fishing in the title also?
yes, it was called Fishing in New Ponds, and it was a live stream.
Oh,
And it was a live
okay.
stream. And he said, well, I have a problem with a fishing rod, and I'm looking for a way to fix this fishing rod. And somebody in my stream knew the answer. Even
Oh,
though
it was a stream, not a video.
no, it was my live stream, my live, like we're doing right now, like we're doing right
Okay.
now. But somebody who was in the chat, they knew what the answer was. And so you never know. You never know. You just come up here and you start talking and meeting all kinds of wonderful, wonderful, amazing people. And I'm pretty good about letting most people come up. But if they've been drinking or
Mhm.
there's something that I detect that I don't feel real comfortable about, sometimes I won't, let them come up, because you never know if they're going to moon you, or what.
Oh, I know. That's scary. No, I had bad experience with live streaming at night. Mm-mm.
Right, because coming on here at night, I have to be very careful, because there's a lot of people that have had one too many, and so you got to be
And I
really.
usually only send links through instant messenger or email. I very rarely put it like right out in the stream,
Yes.
except for the YouTube blind community. Yes, that's what we're doing.
Adventures with Sal, Nana's New Normal, Mib Photography. Welcome, welcome. You and I just became friends today. Welcome, welcome, Mib Photography. Shout out to you. Honi and from Germany. Honi, what part of Germany? Because you missed my part. I was talking about when I lived in Germany. I lived in Bavaria. I lived in Heidelberg. I lived in a little village out in Bavaria that no one would have ever heard of. And I lived there for 5 years. 5 years. It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
And you know some German, or did you get fluent?
I taught myself. It's I didn't know one word of German, and I had a landlady who spoke only German, so she started to teach me how to cook German. And I got my little book and my little cassettes, because back then we didn't have all this stuff that we have today. We didn't have DVDs and all that. And I just taught myself, and I became, of course, that's been 25 years ago, so I've lost most of it, but I still, as ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. Ja, ja, ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? That's all. That means, do you speak German?
Right, sprechen Sie Deutsch, sprechen Sie English, sprechen Sie Deutsch. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. I speak a little German. Yeah.
Yeah, I traveled through Europe. I lived in France for a year and after my junior year in college, junior year abroad. So
yes, did you study in France? Yeah, you studied in France.
Yeah, so I have a minor in French. Everybody else, they had like you're a major in French, so then you study your junior year abroad in France. But my major was art, and my minor was French, and I lived in southern France for a year and a half. That was wonderful, and traveled throughout Europe.
Oh my goodness, that sounds. I traveled all over France, and I can tell you, it's wonderful. You had that luxury to do that. I think people, when you're young, you should travel, because when
that's
you're
what
older,
I did. I know, and what you were saying the other night about you, like in your 40s is a good time to have kids. That's almost practically what happened to me. I don't have kids, but it almost if it was going to happen, it was going to happen in my 40s.
Yes, 40s is great. 40s, you know yourself, and now I think what happens to a lot. I didn't go through a mid-age crisis. A lot of people have the mid-age crisis. I didn't have one. Maybe I should have one now. You think it's too late? I never got one. And but I think a lot of times people do go through a midlife crisis, but often it's used as an excuse to do what they shouldn't be doing, or whatever. But I didn't go through my 40s were fabulous. I was raising my babies. They were all babies, and it was the time of my life. My 40s was the time of my life. My 50s were fabulous, but I had a few bumps in the road in my 50s. My mother died. I had a brain aneurysm. I was pretty sick. Oh, here, okay, let me put that in. Okay, here we go. There you go, Paul.
Paul's up here now.
Paul's going to come up and join us. Paul's going to come up and join us.
Good.
Nana says, I broke my back in my 30s, so I'm glad I had my kids in my 20s. You're right. You're right, Nana. You're right.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, we're all so different, but we're all same.
So many people want to have kids in their 20s and 30s, which most people, that's when they would want them. But that was really awesome to hear you say, like, no, I think people should have kids in their 40s.
Well, I was a great mom. I enjoyed every single moment of my kids. I enjoy my kids now. I love my kids now. But my marriage was in my 30s. So my husband and I traveled. That was when we lived in Europe. That was fabulous. I loved it. My 20s were my LA days. I was in Hollywood, living the glamour life.
And you were a nurse?
I was a nurse at a major, I don't want to say the name of it, but it's a very well-known, famous hospital. And I worked on the VIP floor. And then I ended up working at the most famous drug and alcohol rehab place, and it's very well known. So I met so many interesting people, and so many. And my life, I lived in Palm Springs, I lived in Newport Beach, so it was a great time. Okay, this is Paul. I have not met Paul. Paul's coming up to shout out his channel, and you're friends with each other, right?
Yeah, we co-host the YouTube Blind Community live stream the first Sunday of every month.
Hey, Paul.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
everybody.
Hi,
How's
Paul.
Nice to meet you, Paul. How are you doing?
Oh, the lighting isn't very good in here. Let me try to be professional here. I don't know.
You don't have to be professional on my channel.
That's better.
We're just
yes.
down here.
Yes. I just wanted to jump on here because Diana called me out and said that I'm not living it up to the bargain. So, nah, to you, Diana. I thank you, Diana. Two Dianas. Jesus, this is crazy.
No.
So, I don't know. When I say Diana, who am I talking to?
You can call me Brienne. Half the world knows me as Brienne. The other half.
That's good. Okay. You don't want to know my middle name. It's a Lithuanian.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, Diana, for bringing me on panel, especially with Diana.
No, you're going to call her
great.
Brienne.
Oh, I'm going to call her Brienne.
Get
Okay.
too confused.
Yeah.
Paul,
Yeah.
tell us about your channel. I want you to tell what your channel is, what it's about.
Well, I've had glaucoma all my life.
Yes.
Basically, I was diagnosed with glaucoma at 3 months of age. I was blind in the left eye, legally blind in the left eye for up to when I was 8, and then it went completely blind. The right eye was functional, but still I had some limitations with that, but it did not constitute me to be legally blind. So I lived my whole life, got married, had 2 kids, yada, yada, yada. And then my glaucoma started having problems, and I went in for some routine surgery, and my eye collapsed and filled with blood, and I couldn't see the light of day.
Yes.
So I did fortunately get some of that vision back, but it is very little. I have major tunnel vision. I see about 10 degrees, where a normal eye sees 180 degrees for visual field. Mine is 10 or less. And my acuity is 2200 at best. Corrective lenses can't do anything, so that puts me now legally blind. This happened 3 years ago, so I lived a full life. So I'm on both sides of the spectrum.
Oh, I am too. I had normal vision until my 40s.
Yes. So
when I got an extremely rare retinal disease. Sorry.
So when this happened, Brienne, yesterday I said in your chat when I was in that transition period where I had total darkness and I couldn't even see the light of the sun.
Yes. I
I could
remember you
stare right
saying
into
that.
the sky. And I love sunrises and sunsets, so I am so blessed to have some of that back and really appreciate life.
Absolutely.
So I'm on the same path as Diana, where I want to reach out spiritually, be inspirational, everything. So I changed my channel. It used to be just my name and my year of birth forward and backwards.
Yes.
I changed it when this happened. I changed it to Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul. So the channel is geared for empathy. Major empathy is very powerful. Somebody can be very sympathetic, and that's fine. But when you're going through something and that person went through it with you, that's empathy, and it's very powerful. And you should share those experiences with other people because we're here to help each other.
So you're an
That's the whole point of why
inspiration.
we're here.
You're an inspiration. Let me say, we're having a big rainstorm. So if you all hear a lot of noise, the rain is coming down hard. So if we get cut off, I didn't cut us off. Our internet went out. Okay. So I'm just forewarning you. If we all get cut off, it's the internet. And we are having a big storm out here on Grandma's porch. But what an inspiration and what a story. And, I believe that when we go through things, it's meant to be shared to help other people who are going through it.
Absolutely. So my channel has random things. So when you make soup is a bunch of random things, correct?
Yes.
My stuff will just be random and inspirational. I don't make videos every day or have a schedule. I just do something when it's inspirational to me, and then I put it on there. And they're usually things that are good for the soul. So there you go, Paul's Blind Soup for the Soul.
What a beautiful, that sounds so absolutely beautiful. And you both are so inspirational and you both are so amazing because you're both talented and gifted. And yet you have a depth there. You have the depth and the spiritual component. People who lack that spiritual component lack something major. And people that have that spiritual component have everything. And you both have that, and you've combined both of your efforts together, and that has such a big impact. What are your followings like? What are the people that come to you? What would you say your major following on your channels are?
On our separate channels?
Well, on both of your channels together and separate.
You want me to go first, Diana? Well, I'll go first. My as far as my channel goes, it's very true, Brianne, when you say when you start getting involved in other people's chats and channels and come on panel, it makes your channel grow. So I got like I'm a small channel, 125 subscribers. So, but I constitute at least 40 of them are because of Diana coming into my life.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I thank you for that, Diana. And together we're going to do amazing things. You watch. But as far as my channel goes, that has grown now since Diana's come in before. Before I just get like 1 or 2 comments. Now I'm getting like 20, 30 comments, and I'm like, oh man, this is starting to become work.
It does. At night I do my comments. Good. Oh my gosh. I answer every comment. Every single comment I answer.
And people don't realize that takes some time to do.
Sometimes it takes up to 2 hours for me.
Yes, really absolutely. Does. So for our as far as our live streams together for the VIP community, we've gotten really good feedback. We've only done it twice.
Yes.
And we're averaging around 9 to 12 people in the chat. and some pretty good views and some very, very inspirational comments,
Yeah.
especially from the sighted community. The sighted community has so many wonderful things about, wow, I didn't know that, and wow, you're so inspiring and so educational, and
Mhm.
they humbled and they feel educated leaving that room, and that's how everyone comes together as whole in this world.
And you're giving a voice to so many people.
Absolutely. Okay, your turn, Diana.
On my channel, it's art lovers, art curious, people that are art lovers or just curious about art, and artists. So, and then, but the amount of active people on my subscribers, I call them a dead subs. I mean, I have 2,500 subscribers, and I find that, like I said, I need a jump start or something.
You know, I when you talk about jumpstart, I think for me, I'm always adding new energy to my channel. I always keep it fresh. Well, number one, I never know what I'm going to talk about. I click that button. Well, I have my notes, but often I click that button and something else will come out of my mouth.
Something else.
No, yeah, I mean, I go to click the button to talk about one wisdom topic, and something I didn't even think about comes totally out of my mouth. I always say it's the spirit of God, that's coming through me. And I believe that. So,
Yeah. That inner self. Yep.
Yep. You've got to listen to your spirit. You've got to listen to your soul. People don't do that. And everything you all get is from my soul. It's from my soul. I'm very much in touch with my soul. I'm a soul walking around in a body.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we're all energy. We're all connected, and that inner self intuition. When you ever been into a room and you're having a good time, and then that one person comes in and the energy just changes in that room.
Absolutely, good or bad.
Yes.
Good or bad.
Okay, so that's a good analogy of explaining that energy. So if you make it spiritual and inspirational, and it's all about love, God is love, and that when you put that all together, it's mesmerizing. You know what I'm getting at?
I agree. You know what? I think I'm going to have to get off of here because we are really. Can you all hear it? Can you hear it? Oh my
No.
God, it's coming down. It's really, really, really coming down. And what a rainstorm. And I'm afraid we're going to get cut off, is what I'm concerned about, that we're going to just get knocked off. And
Okay.
But, Paul, you're very welcome to come up each time I come on and shout out your
thank
channel. And Diana, and you're both an enormous inspiration. You're both enormously, you really, really, I want you to know that your lives are special, and they're specially designed to touch other people. Remember, we have a higher purpose than our own self, and
Absolutely.
your lives are there to touch other people that are struggling. There's so many struggling people that may or may not have your same issues. They may have totally unrelated issues that you inspire.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm grateful, very grateful for what I have. I can complain about what's happening to me, but my mother always told me, and like you say, Brian, when you're always listen to your mother. I'm a huge mama's boy. I'm a huge mama's boy, and my mom always, because I would complain all the time as a kid, and she would always say, "Don't you grumble, because there's always somebody worse off than you."
My mama told me that too, and
my mom said I was born a worrier, so she was always telling me, "Don't worry about what people think," which to me was like, go beyond the superficial. She did not care. I was more like worried about the superficial and worried, and she's was really teaching me about going beyond the superficial.
Yeah. Well, I thank you both so much. And I come on every night pretty much. Now, there could be a night or two in there that I don't come on, but I've been pretty regular. And so I just started coming on 10 o'clock at night a week ago, less than a week ago. So I plan on my lives. I plan on staying consistent as much as possible, coming on at 10 o'clock because it works for me. And so I thank both of you so much. And you're very welcome to come on as often as you want to shout out, because I get different people each time. I do.
So thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love your stories. You're very mesmerizing, your stories. I love that. The angel stories, all that. The Mick Jagger story. I have.
Yeah, I love your stories
myself. So.
Well, remind me to tell more stories because I have a whole lot of them, and they're all good.
Everybody loves stories.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
All right.
Thank you, Diana. May God bless you and sleep with the angels tonight.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Well, we are having this huge rainstorm. Thank you, Nana. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, you know what? I think we're going to have to go because we are having this huge rainstorm, and I am afraid. Yes, you're right, Juliet, the Shih Tzu. You're absolutely right. And you've inspired me to get a Shih Tzu. Well, you know what? I am going to have to go because I'm afraid the rain is going to knock us out here. And let me just fix this here. I'm thinking that the rain is going to knock us out. And so I'm going to go. But I want to thank everyone who was here tonight. I want to thank my mods, Uncle Tita. I want to thank Un. Thank you so much for being my mods tonight. Thank you, everyone. You're all special. You're all amazing. You're all a creation of our God who created all of us. And I thank you. And I wish you all a wonderful night's sleep and a wonderful night's rest. And I am going to go and probably have a little bite to eat before I go to bed. And I'm going to put my cold cream on, my pajamas on, and just kind of kick back a little bit. And then I'm going to go to sleep. So I love my sleep. I love my bed. Well, thank you all. May God bless you. And so from my house to yours, and make sure I probably will be on 10 p.m. tomorrow night or most nights. And may God bless you. And I hope to talk to y'all soon again. Bye-bye and good night.